my goal is to make the transmission work without this cable. This cable bolts right here and pulls and pushes on this tab. And this is used to select the gears. And this cable pulls on this down like this. It's first and second, and all the way down is reverse. And when it pushes up, that's fifth and sixth gear. And then this lever is used just to push this in and pull out in the gear. I measured how long the shifter should be from the face of the gearbox, from the back of the block to the center of the shifter. I want to make this shifter go about 30 millimeters back, because I want it to be closer to me, because it will be easier to shift and sitting position is like it is. When I want to shift into fifth gear, I have to bend over to reach the fifth gear, so I don't like that. So I will make the shifter go closer to me. I use the tape measure, put it on the face of the block right there, and turn it around right here and look how long it has to be. If I go and measure this, difference from center line of this and this hole is about 30 millimeters. So this is the original ball and clip that was right here. I removed that from this linkage and I made this little block to screw in right here, and this will be the pivot point. I will attach this lever here and I'll show you the measurement that I got. And this is now screwed in, as you can see. This part I don't need. I will not cut it. I'll just let it be here because it does not interfere with anything. If I take the tape measure, hook it onto the gearbox right here, and I got here around 825 millimeters, roughly. I have to cut this up. This aluminium part is too long because I have shortened this, so I'll need to cut this. I'll probably cut it right here because this is the straightest part. This will go here on the gearbox and somewhere in here. Now I have to see how I'm going to mount this. This is the original mounting point for this shifter, and it was bolted somewhere down. And I now have to think of something to bolt it up there. I had to yet remove this old shifter to see exactly how much and where I need to cut into the tunnel. A lot of play in this ball bushing means you will get a lot of play in the shifter itself. This is very solid connection. It has no play, so no play whatsoever. Here this connection might have a bit of play, but really nothing much. But this ball bushing is really, I believe it is worn out. I don't believe this is how it came from the factory. Like, it really has a lot of play and I don't like it, so I'll try to find something, this part new, or maybe 3D print a part to fit a little better, but I don't know right now. Also, I tried to put the gearbox inside the car. This exhaust manifold is in the way. This wall is really not in the best spot for this gearbox. When the gearbox will be mounted on the engine, it will not matter. It will not matter because the way this gearbox is shaped. So I'm not worried about that, but for the installation, yeah, it sucks. I will unscrew the engine mounts, unscrew these engine mounts, this one and this one, so I can tilt the engine backwards and stick the gearbox from the bottom up. If that will not work, I'll have to remove the engine and mount the gearbox to the engine outside of the car. I have measured and marked. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. I marked here 25 millimeters of material. I have to cut it both sides and then I will weld it. As I said before, this is not extremely crucial to be exactly 25 millimeters, because everything has a bit of play and it can be adjusted later, so I'm not really worried about it. I will try to make it exact when I weld it, and if I measure this from this end to approximately middle is at 400 millimeters. So when I cut it and weld it, I should be at 375 millimeters. That's how I will measure it, and that is how I will check if I did it correctly. Okay, I have used my knife and I have cut this frame. Now I just have to weld it like this. $375 millimeters. I have successfully welded here in the shifter frame. Not really the prettiest thing in the world, but it will hold. Okay, and we have around 375 millimeters. Now, while I'm here, I'm gonna try and weld another one of these. I found this rusty old part right here, and I'm gonna cut it and weld it right below here. So I'm gonna extend this. I have now cut this to length. It is 16 millimeters and inner diameter is 10 millimeters. I have assembled the shifter, and now you see how it has to look like and how it has to sit. Now you can see when I tilt the shifter, it also turns this lever inside the gearbox, and that is done just with this lever right here. Before it was that cable that ran down and up and took a lot of space. Now it's just this lever, and we got first, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth gear, and the reverse. There we go. Now everything works and it is ready for installation.